Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Fernando Garcia and I'm going to be doing Movie Boss. What today's subject today is going to be about life right now. I know that we go through life going through troubles and all the other stuff that are part of life. I just wanted to talk about how right now I'm struggling right now through life. How am I growing up as a 19-year-old kid and still struggling out there, man. Just struggling to be an adult, you know. And it's getting to me now. It's getting more getting more frightening and getting more impatient. I just want to tell you guys, there's nothing to worry about that much in life, but just pay your taxes and do other things right. Cover our bills, but I just want to tell you that life is going to get hard. Life is going to get hard, but not too hard. I can guarantee you that. Man, it's just that... my bad. Right now, I've been thinking lately, like, man, when I was about to do my taxes and everything, like, man, I'm realizing I'm growing up. And that gave me a lot of anxieties about my future. Kind of scares me to death, kind of, being an adult, doing things on your own. It's just gonna get a lot different now. I'm still living with my parents. That's the only thing, but I just want to tell you that, put your faith on the Lord Almighty. He will help you out with all things that possibly happen. He'll help you. He wants to help you. But sometimes we let our own ego and think it's okay, I got this on my own. But sometimes you just need to put that fork down and say, Lord, I need you. What do you want me to do? I'm not here to talk about my beliefs or anything. I'm just here to give you I want to give you my understanding how I live my life and how I live my life separate from the other people. That's what I wanted to talk about right now. I lived my life as a kid growing up. I was never a scholar. Never a scholar in school. I was basically in my high school. I was basically the outcast. I was not trying to fit in. I knew what was right or wrong from drugs and other stuff. I grew up with my two parents. I grew up with a lot of siblings. I grew up differently than other people did. Usually I would hear that they didn't have mom or dads from my high school because my high school was pretty ghetto. I used to go to Paramount High School. Not the best school ever, but I graduated there to 2020. I'm still super young. I'm only 19 years old. Don't get the wrong idea. Yeah, man, I grew up playing video games. I grew up watching anime. Probably when I was 16 years old, that's when I started getting into anime. My first show was Dragon Ball Z, and then Death Note, and then so on and so on. Yeah, that's what I like. I know other people have other opinions on what animes they like, and I don't blame them. There's other recommendations. For me, my anime type would be like fighting, a little bit of fantasy, none of that little bit of romance crap. I don't like that. But yeah, I like fighting. I like Baki Hanma. I like those type of shows more. I like Rising of the Shield Heroes. Season 2 just came out not too long ago. It just came out April 6th on Wednesday. Man, I haven't watched it. I was thinking of watching tomorrow night before I go to work on Monday. Yeah, I didn't always have an easy life. My bad if I get distracted. I didn't have an easy life. I always lived in a small house, rented. I used to live in Paramount. I used to live in Paramount. I used to live in the Sands. I used to live in San Mateo. But now I moved to Norwalk. before I graduated high school. Uh, yeah, I graduated after before graduating before graduating high school. I moved to Norwalk on after spring break of the last spring break of April on the 2020. We moved on May. We started to move on May, at the end of May. So now we're living in this house about 3 years now. About to be 3 years. Yeah. We live in a gated community. It's super nice out here, man. I think God moved us over here. I'm here to just talk about my life and everything. How I lived my life, how I was the outcast. I was always different from everyone else. I wasn't those anime kids that like to just like to wear the t-shirts like the Dragon Ball Z. I do like to wear Dragon Ball Z t-shirts, but I never wore them at school until I got a little bit more older. Until I got out of high school, I started wearing those t-shirts. I was never those type of guys smoking weed in the restroom. I was never that type of guy that was never getting into trouble. I was just an average high schooler. I loved that wanted just to get through. I did have a couple of relationships in my past. I did some stupid stuff in high school. Not gonna lie. I never got into fights though. That's the funny part in high school. I was always that different kid. I was always that kid that would just get through season, just pure C's, honestly, C's and B's in high school. I didn't care much about grades. I didn't want to be a scholar or anything like that. When I would get home, I would have to wait for my mom at the Starbucks by Paramount, because my mom would drive down to my school and then we had to go home, and it took us about like an hour to get home because I lived in that new house. I was living in Norwalk. I was still going to Paramount High School to finish my last year. It wasn't that bad. It was just I didn't like the it was the same environment, but just I started to realize as I'm growing up, and I asked myself, what am I going to do with life? What am I going to do in my situation where I am right now? I always ask that question to myself. And I'm thinking about, I was like, man, I'm 17 and I don't know what to do. And then I got my first job working at Petco at the age of 17 years old. Fall, I was 17 years old. I was working for Petco in Cerritos. I was working there for like a couple months. And then I was working there for a couple months, and I decided to get out of that place. I decided to look for after Petco, because I was working through an agency for my school. After Petco, I went to grocery outlet near my home in Norwalk. It was just about maybe 30 minutes to walk, 15 minutes with the car ride. I usually would my dad would take me, and then when I was starting to get going in early to the grocery outlet, when I was starting to go into early shifts, I would have to walk it down over there for 30 minutes. It wasn't that bad. I had multiple jobs, not gonna lie. And after when I was done for grocery outlet for a season, I started to get an actual job called FedEx. I only worked there for 4 months, but I didn't like it. The only reason why I stayed was because it was peak season. Peak season was really important for me because we were making about $16.50, and when peak season started, it was $17.25. $17.25. It was like $1.50 more. Yeah, like $1.25 more, and yeah, it was super cool. I get to meet new people at my job. I didn't really talk to anybody, but I didn't like to stick my nose out where I was not supposed to go. I only met one friend in FedEx, I don't keep in touch anymore, but he was a good friend. I mean, yeah, I lived a pretty average life after that. I was working there for peak season, and then I got out because I didn't like the job. So I started to stay home a little bit. I was still figuring out what I was gonna do. After when I was after that, I worked for TJ Maxx for a season. I worked for TJ Maxx for maybe about 4 months. The pay was super low, and the hours were not good. I was only getting paid like part time, and it was only like for only a couple days. It would be like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then if they will call me in, if I get lucky, I'll be if they will call me to see if I wanted to get more hours, and I was working for TJ Maxx for about maybe 4 months. 4 months. I was working for TJ Maxx for 4 months. I was working for TJ Maxx for 4 months, and not the best job in the world. I can say that. After TJ Maxx, I went through temp work. Temp work wasn't that bad. I met new people. I used to work for True Air. I used to work for True Air. It was a company for events and for other stuff. It was for another company selling events. I only worked there for like 2 weeks until they moved me to a different workplace, and then that's where I found a job I liked. It was called Lords and Son. I was working for Will Cost construction sites. I was basically taking orders from the people that needed constructions. It wasn't that bad. It was super easy job. Super easy. Really good pay. Yeah, super easy job. I was getting along with people that were my age. I was meeting people that were above my age, but they were young. They were like 26, 25 years old, maybe around 21. And I really liked that job. Met some new people. Met like 3 friends over there. Honestly, met 3 friends. And it was a pretty chill job. I really liked that job. I stayed there for like maybe about 4 months. I think about 4. I think I only been there for 2 months. Yeah, it was only 2 months. That job treated me well. I love the owner. I love the people, how they were working there. My bad. I'm just like trying to think. I'm like thinking like, man, I haven't been there for so long now. I haven't been so long, but I haven't visited them. You know, at some point I do want to visit them. I want to visit the people that gave me that job. You know, I did quit that job because I found out I was going to the Navy. I quit that job because I quit that job because I was going to go to the Navy. I wanted to make sure I have all my stuff ready and my paperwork's done. So I decided to quit that job, and after that, I was going through the selection process. I was still waiting to go. I'm still waiting. Right now. I'm still waiting to go to MEPS, taking my boot camp day, my physical, and my job description for the Navy. Hopefully, I get in. I've been waiting for about, I think, 4 months now, 5 months. It's because I had medical issues in the past. And after that, I've been waiting for 4 months. I was not working. I was like studying my Bible. I was studying some other things I needed to do. I just helped around the house, just obediently helping out my parents for 4 months. And after that 4 months gap, I actually right now, like February, I was working for Now I'm working for Younger Optics. I'm a production. I'm a production operator. I'm a production operator at Younger Optics. I love my job. I love the hours they gave me. I love the morning shift. I work till 6 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. I love that job. It's super easy and super chill. It's like super chill. I already met new people. They're a bunch of old heads. They're like middle-aged, mature like people. But I don't mind. Yeah. They always tell me, "Oh, you're so young. You should have went to college or get an education." I was like, "I'm fine. I'm just waiting to get to the Navy." And then and then this Friday I just got hired. So they send me the paperwork. They send me everything. They send me my taxes and everything. So that's a big win for me, because this job gives you a bonus they give you a bonus at the end of the month. They'll give you depending on how many OT you do, overtime. It depends on how many overtime you do. They'll pay up to 750 if you do more overtime. But regularly, if you work like 8-hour shift, they'll give you like about 300 depending on how much OT you do. So I really like right now I'm working at Younger Optics until I leave to the Navy. I just wanted to share that with you guys, Yeah, I'm just waiting to go to MEPS. I'm still waiting to get my boot camp day. I'm gonna be moving soon, so I pray that this will help me get through, help me become a career, help me become a job. This YouTube algorithm, I would love it to become a job. I would love it. So when I move to because I'm gonna be moving soon again with my mom. I want to move to. My mom wants to move to New Jersey. We have the Lord has called us to do something in New Jersey. So call my mom, but I'm gonna be going there with her to help her out and other things. When I move, I want my YouTube channel to be a full-time job. I want it to inspire you guys and to to be influencer, to do more content like these about my life and personal situations. I want this to be like a full-blown career. I want my YouTube. As a little kid, I always thought maybe I could be something like a YouTuber, As I do YouTube, I would have a lot of time. I would have a lot of time to worship God. I would have a lot of times because I always put him first, I always put God first because he is my father. Anybody who accepts anyone that accepts the Son accepts the Father. That's what the Bible says. Anyone that accepts the Son, the Son of God, Jesus, accepts the Father. So I call my Father God, because he's the only one that's been with me since I was with birth. So I want this channel to grow. I want this YouTube channel to pop off. I want you guys to if you guys are willing to take on the journey with me, if you guys are willing to watch it from the beginning, I would love to keep doing this, man. I would love for you guys to help me out, maybe before I leave to New Jersey, maybe this channel will grow even more further down the road. I'm not too sure, but you know what? I trust God. I trust God that he's with me. I trust him with all my heart and soul, man. I just know this channel will grow. I know it, not in my heart, because your heart can be misleading sometimes, but I know that with the power of God, God can be with us. God can be in this channel and help it flourish and grow. I still want to talk about God too, but sometimes it's not possible. Just my life right now is going simply easy. I just finished the paperwork. I actually just finished the paperwork on the hiring documents Friday. yeah, and just right now I'm just really big chilling right now. I'm just relaxed. I'm actually gonna get my motorcycle soon. That's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna get my motorcycle soon. I'm gonna get through all this stuff. I'm gonna get. I already have my helmet. I just need to do my MSF course and go to the DMV. So I'm looking forward to getting my things and my other documents and the DMV, and go to the MSF course to do the riding course for the motorcycle. I'm excited, man. Um, Man, I just recently just had like a big anxiety yesterday. I was like thinking like, man, I'm 19 years old now. I'm like thinking about taxes and stuff. I'm like, wow, I'm growing up already. I'm growing up fast. I'm thinking about. I was like, wow, it's crazy. It kind of scares me because I'm becoming an adult. I have to be more independent now. So that's the one thing I want to do is I want to start being independent. I want to be, but sometimes by myself. At some point, I will be by myself. But right now, I'm just gonna help my mom out with her things and what she wants to do in New Jersey. You know, I actually do want the channel to be a full-time job. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm down to do whatever it takes. But but my priority first is God, because He's the one that holds me together. But honestly, I would love to see this channel grow. I would love for you guys to interact with me. If I ever do start a live, I would interact with you guys. I would say what's up. Just big chilling. I want this to be a friendly community where we all have something of a goal. We have things in life that we really want, but sometimes we don't get what we want. We get what we have. I know sometimes it can be stressful, the 9 to 5. Sometimes you don't want to go do your work. Sometimes you don't want to go to work. I get that feeling, but you still have to push through. You still have to push through the hard times. If you want to find out what's your purpose and your destiny, it's better to ask God than to try to figure it out your own. Because it's impossible. With God, it's all possible. It's all possible with God. I just want you to know that, man. Some people are just struggling to make a career. Some people are just there just thinking, I'm just wasting my life around. That was me. I was like, what am I doing here? I'm working a 9 to 5. I'm wasting my life here working for a company that doesn't respect me. I know sometimes you say that's how life works, but for me, I don't look at it like that. I don't ever want to look like that. But sometimes we don't choose the perfect life we have. Sometimes we just don't get what we want, and that's okay. Just the only thing you have to do is just be grateful for what you have. I know that you guys are struggling. Maybe you guys are making part-time jobs and still living with your mother. I'm not gonna call it your mother's basement because that's a little bit disrespectful, but I know you guys are still live with your parents. I want to reach out to those people that are like 18, 19, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds that still live with their parents. And I want to reach out to those people saying that everything's gonna be all right, man. You still have a little bit more time before you hit that 25 mark. I think before you get married or whatever it is. I'm waiting till I get married before I leave my parents' house. Honestly, it's a better choice because it says in the Bible. It says that what's it called? It's a man will cleave to his wife and leave his mother and father. A man will leave his mother and father to cleave with his wife. So that's actually a correct term for me. I wait until I get married, then I'll move out. And I still want to pursue my careers. And if I ever do get married, I will look back into this video again because I know something's gonna happen once I said that. And and just don't worry about it. Don't worry about the stress. Don't get too nervous. Don't think about it, man. I get it that you guys are struggling. I get it that life is gonna get hard. But for me, I just think about it like, oh man, what am I stressing about? What am I stressing about? Like, I'm still living with your mom. I'm still living with my mom. I'm still living at a house that provides us with food. That I'm still living in a roof. And I just like think about it, I was like, wow, I'm still living with my mom, and like life is good, you know. I'm only 19. Like, what am I supposed to do? Live on myself? Because at that point, if I am gonna get hired, but at that job I wouldn't be able to sustain myself because I'm not used to living by myself. I must learn first before I get to move out. Yeah. So don't worry about like any of that stuff. Don't worry about what what am I gonna do with my life? You ask that question. You'll find it in your heart. Like, you'll find it not in your heart. You'll find it. If you need help, like if you don't know what you're gonna do, ask the Lord. Ask God, man. He'll show you what you need to be doing. He'll show you. He'll give you a purpose and destiny. He'll give you something to do. You know, if you, even though it's a 9 to 5 job and you're still going to church, you know, and God says you're gonna stay there at that job for a while, I would take the job, man. Honestly, and focus on a goal. For us guys, we need goals. I don't know how girls work when they work. It's a little bit more different, but I mean, just keep pushing through, man. You know. I know some of us were going through hard times, figuring out our identity, figuring out our motives, and figuring out our purpose and destiny. You know, I get you. You know, I'm still there trying to look for my career. You know, I'm 19 years old. I chose not to go to college. I think that was a waste of time. College for me was a shithead. College for me was like the worst idea I've ever been through. I basically was repeating school. I hate school. Why would I repeat something I hate and it built up my credit? That's how I looked at it, you know. For me, I always wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to do something out of the ordinary, you know, make content, make some money on the side. That's why I'm still working. That's why I'm still working at my 9 to 5, so I can provide content for you guys. So when I do have the money to like buy maybe like Adobe Premiere Pro or Photoshop and all that stuff, I can pay for that stuff and pay it monthly and work on my YouTube channel still. At some point, this will become a career. It'll be this will be a career for me. I want it to be a career. I pray, dude, this channel will blow up, you know. And sometimes life gives you a lemon. Sometimes life gives you a lemon. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that, man. Just like, don't worry too much about life. Don't worry about it. Even though you're still young, start trying to find it. If you're really worried, just ask God. He'll show you. Like, he'll show you. He's really merciful and loving. He'll show you like what he wants you to do. Like, you know, that's what God. That's when I cried about it. Here's the thing. When I was 18 years old, I wanted to be a 6-figure income maker. I was gonna do inbound closing. If I have started that inbound closing, I would have made a lot of money. Because I learned how to do the calls. I learned how to do all that. I learned how to do all that stuff, the inbound closing and all that stuff, man. If I did that and I figure it out, I would have made a lot of money. I would have been miserable. I would have been sleeping with a lot of women. I'm not lying. I would have been sleeping with a lot of women if I was still going to make that inbound closing. But God changed my heart. God changed it. God changed my heart. I prayed about it. I fell to my knees and I started praying, and I bawled out my eyes to God, saying, "What is my purpose and destiny, Lord?" And then before that, I rededicated my life to Jesus Christ at the age of 18. I rededicated my life to Jesus Christ. I think September. I think August. Yeah, August. It was August. I rededicated my life to Christ. I started reading the Bible. I started to pray more. I started to do a lot of things for the Lord. I still do pray and stuff, but I'm just saying that life of that inbound closing of making 6-figure income, I would have died in my sins, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would have lived a miserable life making that much money. Yeah, I could have made a lot of money, but at the end, is it worth making a lot of money? Is it worth losing your soul just to gain the whole world? Is it worth all that money? I decided to say no. I decided to say no to making 6-figure income. Yeah, man, I decided not to do that. I just want to live an ordinary life, you know. I wanted to live a holy life too, you know, with the Lord. Yeah, and just right now, man. Right now, I'm just focusing on my job and my other things. I'm focusing on my goals. I'm focusing on a lot of things. I haven't been on a date since my high school year, dude. Yeah, so I'm not really paying attention to girls. But if a girl was into me, I would take her out, see where it goes. You know, I'm not lying. I'm just stay true to all you guys. If I was in that situation where a girl asked me, like, if I asked a girl out and she says yes, I would take her out no matter what. Because I already projected myself to say, like, hey, do you want to commit to me? So that's what you're doing. You're committing to yourself, to a woman, to her. Yeah. Yeah, you know, sometimes. Yeah, just right now I'm just focusing on working on my goals. I'm working on my career. I'm building myself up. I want my channel to pop up. I hope this video helps you out. You know, I pray it does help you guys out. I talked about my backstory. I talked about how my situation is. It's really difficult for me. Yeah, and I want to talk about life right now. Life is like chocolate. It's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know where your career is gonna be. You know, I do love life, but sometimes life can drain you down. Life can ultimately drain you down from the worriedness of life and other things. I get it that some of you out there are scared of life. I'm scared too, man. You don't know what's out there. You know that when I was trying to do my taxes yesterday, I actually don't do my own taxes. I pay someone else to do my taxes. But I was really scared because I was becoming an adult already. I was like, wow, man, I'm doing my taxes again. I'm becoming an adult. That's the scary thing about it. I don't want to be a man child. I don't want to be a man child, adult child. When I grow up, I hope at the end, I grow up to be a mature person at the end. I wanted to make sure I have everything in life ready for me. I want my career to be not given to me. I want to earn my career. I want to make sure I put in the work before I turn 21. Man, I do want to keep going. I still want to achieve my goals. I still want to achieve the things not of this world. I want to achieve the things of God, what He has done for me. Maybe by the age of 30, I hope I will be in ministry. I'll be sick. I want to be in ministry. I would like to be in ministry in my life. You know, I would like to do that. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about, you know. Sometimes you will have those days where you get lonely and you have no friends at all. It happens to me. It's one of the worst feelings ever. Not having no one to talk to but yourself sometimes. No one understanding you. You know, and not even your parents, but only God could understand you. You know, it gets lonely. We make some mistakes. We're not supposed to do. It happens. But at the end of the day, we have a choice and we have a free will. So I wouldn't waste my time on this earth not knowing what I'm going to do for my future. I wouldn't waste my time on this planet worrying and with anxiety and depression. Even in the darkest hours, I will always smile. I will always smile at the end. It's one of the best things you can do is smile, because at least it keeps your head up. You know, understanding life, it's uncomplicated, it's unknown. Maybe it gets through some struggles, maybe. But for me, this life is not easy. This life is not going to get easier. You know, it's going to get a lot harder for people that don't know the things that their parents were supposed to teach them. You know, luckily I grew up with two parents. Luckily I grew up with two parents, one with good work ethics and one with good my mom, yeah, she is really been there for me since day one. You know, it's crazy. I love my mom a lot. I appreciate what she's done for me. I do appreciate what she's done for me. My dad just taught me good work ethic, but my mom taught me a lot more than good work ethics. She taught me how to do my bills. She was always there for me to talk to. She was always there to be there when I was misunderstood. And I love my mom for that, because it just, for me, it's like medicine. It's someone that really wants to talk to you, but sometimes they don't understand you. Sometimes the only person you can understand is yourself. Man, forgive me, man. I'm just a little bit tired. But thank you guys for watching this video. I just want to let you know that everything's going to be alright in life. It is going to get harder, but with harder times create stronger men. So we have to become stronger people. We have to become stronger every single day. The Lord gives me strength every single day. You know, when you wake up I always wake up unexpected. Always not knowing what I'm going to expect this day. Is it going to be the same day? Is it going to be another work day? Is it going to be another awkwardness day? I don't know. But one thing is to know that life is short. We're just a vapor in the wind. That's all I can say. This life is short. Super short. Because we might never know when we're gonna die. And that's the scariest part. So I don't live my life in worriness. I don't want to live my life in anxieties. I don't want to live my life in hopelessness. I don't want to live my life in depression, fear. I don't want to live like that anymore. But thank you guys for listening to my story. And God bless you guys.